So we just used our jet boil, and Seth and I are having hot chocolate, and it's very tasty. At least I think it's tasty. And we also, up the road, we bought this little apple thingy. It's really yummy, to me anyway. There's our campsite right over there, and you can hear I'm competing against all the water running down. Terrible thing to have to compete against. I think I mentioned before, the first day we got here in the evening, into what was the town called again? Trient. Into Trient, Switzerland. We ran into some guys, and they really kind of shook my confidence level because they strongly recommended I go down and get back in my vehicle after driving through these scary mountainside, you know, with the sheer drop-offs all around us. They wanted us to get back in our vehicle and drive an hour to Chamonix and pick up maps and books, and because they said there's no way we would get through this without that. So one of the guys that was talking to us is right up there. He's walking in now. He's got his clothes hanging outside. So the funny thing is, after what we decided to do was assess the situation, I looked around and said, okay, there's a fair amount of hikers still, even though it's fairly late in the season. There's still quite a few people out hiking around this area. So, and at least 30% in my assessment so far speak English, maybe more. A lot of the French speak English, so they're just going to be hesitant and somewhat rude. I've seen that already with all the French people I've dealt with. They're rude in their answers and responses to you. It's like, yeah, duh, isn't that obvious? When I ask them something. Like, a guy said they could make an omelet, and I said, I just want to be sure you specifically mean you want to make that with egg. He said, well, there's no other way to make an omelet. So yes, I'm going to use egg. So anyway, that was odd. Hello. And this lady here, this lady here just tipped me with her hat, and she is interesting looking. She's actually camped. You see all the color. Laura's gonna love the color. Oh, she's actually camped right here beside me. I think by herself. So I don't know if she's hiking. I don't think she's hiking. I don't know what she's doing. I don't even know why she's down there, kind of running a little bit. But you can see there's a few campers here now. Most of the people are packed into these hostel rooms. I mean, I'm talking like 12 to 20 people in a room, you know, with 18 inches between you and the next person. Yes, I'm 18 inches between me and one person. So I kind of am pretty happy about this, especially when I can see and hear water all around me throughout the night. It's going to be very peaceful. So anyway, these guys really shook my confidence when they said you really need, you could tell they thought, you know, we aren't going to have a clue what we're doing. And we don't really have a clue, I'll admit that. But what I do have is the ability to ask questions. So Seth and I took off this morning and on our hike, and we just started asking questions. We knew the first part. We knew how to get up the first part. That was the first couple hours. But every once in a while, we would check in with someone when we were when we were crossing over other paths. But primarily, it was common sense. We would see the biggest path, and the biggest path tends to be the TMB path because that's what everybody's on. The smaller paths tend to be more side paths that, you know, locals go on. So we asked a few questions, made our way down, and
cool down.
It's cold. It should be cool enough now, son. Go ahead. So anyway, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, it's not too hot. Go ahead. You're not gonna burn your lip. Just slowly go. Just suck it in a little bit. Very little. Just take your time. Anyway, yeah, that jet boil made the water boil in a couple minutes, just like they said. So we get down into Latte Chomp.
Latte Chomp. Yeah.
Latte Chomp.
Yeah, that's the camp.
And we decided to, you know, camp at this site, and lo and behold, we run into these guys here, and they're and they both come up and shook my hand and say, "Good on you," you know, "Good on you, mate," and which is a phrase I've heard a lot of UK people use when you're doing good, and they basically said they were worried about me, and they're slightly surprised I made it this far, and that so that's really funny, and it felt good to have them, because he said, what did you do? I said, I didn't take any of your advice. I decided to just play it by ear and ask questions and look at the signs, and we were doing fine. So I think they were more than shocked, but they tried to hide that shock that I actually got this far and that I've caught up with them, even though I know they're in better shape than I'm in. So anyway, here we are. Settling in for the night. It's almost 7. The sun's going down over the mountains. That's our view we have tonight. That's another view we have. And there's not a bad view to be had anywhere in this area. So the battery's about to die, but I've got 2 more. I should charge them inside, but I have no way of doing that unless I'm sitting there eating dinner. And they've already told us, that was another good thing. They told us that when I checked in, I said, can we order dinner? And the lady said, sorry, all of the dinner has been prepared for the people coming in to stay in the hostels, right? They had no food left. So, okay, we've got a backup plan. We had some of our own food. Matter of fact, some we brought from home. We picked up some bread about 40 minutes back. And today, Seth and I had what do you think, Seth, about dinner? What would you say?
I'll take that. Don't try to interview me anymore, please.
Okay, we're not going to interview you anymore. He doesn't want to be interviewed. But we had a pretty darn tasty dinner. Now we're having dessert with hot chocolate, and then we're going to settle in about the next 45 minutes. And I got a shower. Felt wonderful. And over our tent, you can see 2 blue. There's a towel hanging over the tent. It's those quick dry towels, and we're drying those out. Seth decided to bypass the shower, but I did talk him into washing himself down with some soap and some hot water in the bathroom. But we will see you all again tomorrow.